Hey guys, Speedy Chris 22 over here, back with another video. This one's gonna be kind of a little bit of it's gonna be another one of those combinational videos, a little bit of a story time and a little bit more of a like my advice or like what I would do. So like being in America, if you compare like the United States compared to other countries, you know, I know a lot of people that are watching, they could be like from other countries, and I know that sometimes it's a little different, but essentially the culture in America is like, it's like kind of like slavery a lot. So it's really like they really value like their work and stuff, and a lot of the hours in American jobs can be really long, and stuff like that. So it's very like common to like overwork yourself. I'm not gonna be one of those people, but it is very, common for that to happen. And so basically, America ranks like I think some of the last in like level of sleep and being like a ultra like working like everything your whole life is supposed to be your work as that if that's like since that's been the culture, it's like you're gonna accumulate problems such as okay, well now your nation has the lowest average amount of sleep. You're gonna incur more things like well, what's side effects of that? Fill in the blanks and stuff. So on this one, I just want to kind of focus on because I'm not obviously a doctor. Um, Obviously, I'm not like this professor but I could just tell you some things that I had to learn on my own that nobody like really taught me. That have just helped me. Okay, and I think it's things that we all need to do. Okay. And a lot of these things I've been learning recently. So I mean, if you just learn these things, don't feel bad. Like I'm learning these things like way after the fact too. So like a little bit about like kind of how I got inspired to make this video was so like lately it's been I haven't been really feeling good, and it's just been like a little bit of like kind of like a cold, I guess. Not really though, but I've been okay. I definitely don't feel sick. It's probably from because I've been increasing my marijuana smoke. Because usually I don't smoke like every day, but some things have been going on, and my use, my it may or may not. A lot of times I don't do anything about it, but sometimes I might want to smoke more weed. Okay, and this is one of those times where my use has just kind of gone up a little bit because just a lot of things have been going on, like a lot of stressful things outside of what you guys see. And so like back in the days, because you guys, I grew up and I have very humble beginnings. It was like growing up in a household with four other siblings, not even just including your parents. It's like a whole bunch of people, so I never really had a lot of time in the bathroom. It was never, we didn't have a whole lot, so we never really had the luxurious bathrooms and stuff. And it wasn't until like I kind of got a little bit older, and I think it wasn't until I lived at one of my friend's house that was kind of like wealthy, and like that I really noticed like okay, I kind of fell in love. I know this sounds weird, but like I kind of fell in love with the shower that I used to use because it was like luxurious kind of. And so like that was like when I was like working out and stuff, like I just remember feeling so good. And like lately I've been feeling like kind of just like depressed and stuff. So I was like, well, one thing I've noticed that's been helping me a lot with my stress, because I kind of been letting myself go, especially since this corona. I used to have a whole regimen. I used to eat a lot healthier and not drink soda at all, for example. I used to not. And then now it's like everything I've just been, and up until now I'm getting back into it. It's fine. But one thing is like physical exercise. Like you guys really can't let it go. I'm not saying you have to work out like back to back, but you got to make sure you at least get in 2 to 3. I recommend 3. 2 to 3, and it doesn't even have to be anything hard, but just something to keep your like blood flowing. That has helped out so much. Another thing too is buying water. Like so I know a lot of you guys like sometimes you guys also hang out with like bad influences, like people that never drink water and stuff, or they never really, You never even get the water pitchers, so your excuse for not drinking water is it tastes nasty because it comes out of the faucet. But there's stuff that you could have been did to make the water taste better. Just a whole bunch of excuses basically. So, number 1, exercise. Number 2, water. Like, drink tons of water. It makes you look so much better. And then another, like, side note is, like, I want to make another separate video about this, but, like, with beauty, like, one thing you guys I've really noticed is, like, take, like, on the 2 days, let's say you choose to work out 2 days of the week, make those days, like, you freaking give it, if you're only doing, like, 1 or 2 days, at least bust your ass on those days, you know what I mean? And then, what I'll recommend is, like, for example, I haven't been feeling good, so, like, what I do is make sure, like, you take, like, a shower or whatever before you go to bed. You got to drink some cough and cold medicine, eat cough drops, even if, like, maybe in that moment you're all right. But, like, right before I go to bed on days where, like, I'll work out, before you go to bed, because I notice whenever I work out hardcore for a day, right, and I just go to bed without anything, my sleep sucks balls. I wake up, and the transition, one thing that's kind of prevented me from wanting to get more muscle and build my body more is honestly the pain. It's like, bruh, the pain hurts so bad the next morning that it's just like, it's like one of those things, I don't want to go through it again. So I thought about it. I was like, well, that's really the only thing that kind of was making me lazy, was like, I don't want to be sore, and then I can't do anything, and then I'm slower, and I'm not used to being slow because I'm very fast all the time. So I tried, before I go to bed, just take you 2 of those little Advil gels and some cough and cold medicine, just because I've had congestion kind of issues. I've been feeling all right. I'm healthy. I just, like, the congestion, probably from all the smoking, honestly, you guys. Like, I'm very healthy. Even when I let my fitness go for maybe a month or 2, but, like, dude, it was bad. So, yeah. Another thing, too, is the water. When you guys drink water, like, your blood is not supposed to be thick. A lot of you people in America, all you drink is soda. It's pitiful. It's disgusting. And it's like, dude, you guys need to start eating healthier. Like, I get it that the food tastes good, but just because it tastes good doesn't mean it is good. A lot of this shit is crap and it's fake. And especially when you grow up, like, lower income, right? Like, they had the whole government cheese where they put all the nasty like, the cheaper food, you're typically not gonna get organic. You're not gonna get natural, So, anybody that's, like, lower income, you can still eat healthy, though. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear no excuses, like, but at the same time, like, I get it. A lot of the, like, lower incomes, they face, like, things like obesity, and it's like, you wonder why. Well, I mean, the healthier things cost more money, and you don't get as much. And, obviously when there's lower income families, they tend to have, a little bit more kids. So, like, the money has to go around more. So it totally makes sense why, America is so obese, and why we struggle with our weight, because the fucking FDA doesn't give a fuck. And then also, we kind of don't give a fuck because we just eat it. Because we were, like, conditioned to not even question it, damn near, it seems like. But you literally go, like, that's why I like going to, like, I think I'm kind of, like, I like going to different, like, where the restaurants is in different languages and stuff, because it's like, dang, like, dude, that was actual vegetables and meat. Like, that was legit food. And a lot of the times, it's sad because you will want your country to have the healthiest, the best of everything. But really in food, no, it's like the worst. Every time I compare it to another country, it's like, well, at least, like, they don't have a whole bunch of grease on their food, dude. Like, damn. Like, that's the only thing I can't stand about. Is another thing, too, like, I live in America. It's pretty hard to eat healthy, I feel like, out here. If you're on a, like, you're on a budget and stuff and you're a legitimate person. But, you really got to try to, even if your circle is a whole bunch of, like, people that aren't maybe as healthy, or you can't sit there and take on those ways, You just can't. Oh,